Good morning, this is day 24. We had a rough night last night. It rained all night. It was windy and rainy. We were sort of on top of a ridge, about 5,000 feet elevation. Probably not the best campsite. In some trees. And I got in my sleeping bag like at 4 o'clock. It was raining. In the tent, stayed pretty dry inside. It rained all night long. Fortunately, I stayed warm, I stayed dry. I had cell phone reception so I could communicate with people back home. But it was really not a good camp spot as far as the wind and the rain. Now I've gone down about 1,000 feet and look, there's no rain, no wind. The ground looks dry, like it hasn't even hardly rained here, just foggy. It's foggy, that's all. So the plan today, I hiked out ahead of the 3 Canadians. They're still behind me. Payday's ahead of me. He left earlier. And the plan, I think, is to hike about 15 miles today. 15 miles tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow, about 5 miles into Snoqualmie Pass, where we're planning to take a zero. Anyway, here's what it looks like. Like I said, it's kind of foggy. Can't really see much. But it sure isn't rainy or windy here. That's great. My hands and feet got pretty cold this morning as I started hiking. Hopefully they'll warm up and the sun will come out later today. Alright, happy trails, I'll see you later. Yeah. Good water, huh? Yeah. Morning, we're just getting water here. We just had breakfast, coffee. We met some other hikers up there, up above. And we've got about 10 more miles to go today. The rain has stopped, so things are looking up. We just have to dry off all our gear. It's pretty wet. Good afternoon. We stopped about half an hour ago to dry everything out. Our tents, ground sheets, because it was all soaked from the rain last night. So I think we have about 5 or 6 miles left to our campsite. About 2 miles left to the next water source. Right now I think we're about 25 miles from Snoqualmie. Tomorrow I think we're going to probably do about 15. And then that'll leave just 5 miles into Snoqualmie for our resupply. So 2 of the guys here are dealing with injuries. Dan and John both have leg injuries. Let me show you what it looks like here. This area has all been logged, you can tell. There's logging roads we've been crossing over. This is all new growth here. But you see a lot of stumps where it's been logged. Every once in a while I get a glimpse of some big mountains in the distance, and I have a feeling that's where we're headed. We just talked to a guy on the trail that said there's a couple fires up north, somewhere near Stehekin, that we might have to deal with. in the future. So far the trail seems to be open. And here's some nice trees in here. Take a look. All right, see you later. I want to tell you a little bit about my hiking partners. So the three Canadians, we have Peter, whose trail name is Wanderer. John, trail name is Cameraman because he carries a big honking camera on his backpack. And then Dan is Get Her Done. And then there's Payday. I don't even know what Payday's real name is. He's from Reno. And my trail name is Bubblehead. But a lot of people just call me Woody. The three Canadians are all here for a fundraiser. It's a charity organization. Dan is the CEO. John is the head of the board. And Peter is on the board also, I believe. So they're out here raising money to raise, the purpose of the charity is to raise people out of poverty in countries such as Nicaragua and India by providing loans, interest loans to people so they can start their own businesses. Sounds like a good cause. So, as I said, Peter Wanderer is from BC, British Columbia, and the other two Canadians, Cameraman and Get Her Done, are from Eastern Canada. So two of them are retired and one of them is, like I said, the CEO of this charity organization. But he's actually an electrical engineer who's done a lot of different careers. The fourth guy from Reno, Payday, he was hiking with his wife, but she has some illness, so she had to get off trail. And now she's being his trail angel, meeting him at the trailheads. And like I said, he lives in Reno, and he's a Navy veteran like myself. So we had some conversations about that. So it's good to be hiking with a group rather than hiking by myself. I'm gonna probably hike with him as long as I can. Although Cameraman and Get Her Done are getting off the trail in Stehekin. They've got some business they have to attend to. But the other three of us, Wanderer, Payday, and myself, are planning to go all the way to the border. Since Peter's a Canadian citizen, he hasn't decided if he's going to go into Canada to Manning Park or turn around and go to Seattle with me. I'm planning to get to Seattle and then fly home to Santa Rosa. That's my plan. And I have a friend in Seattle who's probably going to meet me in Seattle when I get there. It's much nicer this afternoon than it was this morning. Packing up the tent in the rain is not fun. After spending 14 hours in the tent, that's how long I was in the tent last night, and it rained and was windy the whole time. But I did cook in my vestibule, and I was able to get good cell phone service, so I was able to do some stuff with my phone, communicate with some people, and watch some videos. So it wasn't all bad. And my friend Alpine who lives near Seattle, is going to meet me in 2 days in Snoqualmie and bring me an inflatable pillow because I lost my pillow in Cascade Locks when I left it in the Best Western. So that's awful kind of him. We hiked together last year in Oregon. He was going to hike with me this year, but due to family matters, he had to change his plan and stay home. But he did say that he was willing to be a trail angel if there's anything I needed when I get to Snoqualmie. And sure enough, he said he'll drive up to Snoqualmie and bring my pillow. So that's great. All right, I'll talk to you later. Check out the holes in that tree. Guess the woodpecker's been pretty busy there. It looks like the loggers left a cable around this tree. This looks like another remnant of the logging industry, a mud flap with a reflector on it. A lot of huckleberries here. Some fat, juicy ones. Here's a good one. Well, I made it to the campsite about 5:30, and the other 4 gentlemen arrived shortly after me. We're packed in there like sardines. We've got 5 tents in our spot, and there's 4 other tents in the general area. I had dinner tonight of risotto. First time I've ever had risotto, but it was very good. Peter shared it with me, Wanderer. We cooked it, I cooked it, and he provided the ingredients. So let me show you what the campsite looks like now before I turn in. I'm just about ready to turn in. Here we go. One, two, three, 4, 5.